Construction complete. Anomaly found. Anomaly found. Star system charted. Construction complete. Construction complete. Technology secured. Star system charted. Anomaly found. Construction complete. Star system charted.
members instead of like 100, and 100 survived. I'm like, okay, well, if we were talking about normal humans, you'd have a point. Unfortunately, most of the people working there are mages.
If we were talking about murders, yes, that's a significant number. If we're talking about, say, grains of sand, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is that one? Is 6 a lot? Depends on the context. Grains of sand? No. Murders? Yes.
Anyway, hello, Internet. This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater
Run! The show is starting, even though you still have your sanity!
And this is episode 90.
Act like anyone in this chat has sanity.
We're joined
like
today
that
by
Sneaky
Max
just
Force,
kept
Atin, and Nosehair, unfortunately. And we will continue on regardless.
Hey, come on. It's not Nosehair, unfortunately. It's just unfortunate that Nosehair's continued existence is allowed by God.
I wasn't gonna go that
Jesus.
far, but okay, let us just keep this wheel rolling.
Why am I friends with you again? Because you have very little choice.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
I think that applies to most people here.
I think. Okay, no, sir.
Listen, I've never been this mean to Sneaky or Max. Cause you know why? They don't set me up like you do.
I didn't even set you up. I just fucking silent, and then you just instantly go into the.
I know. I don't know how it works. It's baffling to me. It's magical.
No, sir. I think the problem is your relationship with that, and as far as friendships go, is in for a penny, in for a pound.
Except the pound comes directly from him.
Hey, you know what? No, I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna make the crack I could have.
Well, that's good thing, because Nosehair already snorted it all.
Thank you! I don't even have to do anything anymore!
I'm just gonna ignore you.
Anyway, hello, the Solus. Welcome to the party. So, tonight I'm going to make you all depressed. Isn't that exciting? Thank you. Alright, so Familiar of Zero time. I know, we haven't seen Familiar of Zero in actually quite a while.
Oh, come on, don't...
It's been
there
a few
are
months, at
3
least.
good ones for Familiar of Zero.
You know what would make it even better? Dungeons and Dragons crossovers!
What? No, hear me out. They crossed it over with the shitty 80s cartoon.
Excuse you.
No.
That cartoon was decent.
Shit.
Alright,
Yes,
so tonight we're gonna do a D times D Naruto
Come on, this
story.
is like your parents tried to defend your life choices. Let's not gussy this up more than it needs to.
Let's do...
I really think people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones there, mister. I dropped out of college.
Excuse you? What makes you think I dropped out of college?
Okay, guys, bards
Literally told me
or
you
half
dropped out
dragons?
of Champlain and went to somewhere else.
Yeah, I left one college to go to a cheaper one.
Okay, no, hang on a second. I need Nosehair. The risk of setting myself up, that doesn't make Atin a college dropout.
He's a college
dropout.
dropout.
Stops going. I am a college dropout. I just stopped going.
I did what... You see, there's this magical thing called transferring. Oh, what the fuck?
Okay.
What is that Giratina looking...
V2! Oh, yes!
How is that not a headshot?
Oh, boy.
Alright, so as always, you can follow along with the fan fictions we read. But, of course, because of YouTube's no COPPA Act, let me just make sure this shit ain't kid-friendly.
We have to worry about that? I'm pretty sure you mentioned it multiple times. It's not kid-friendly.
Now, half Dragon of Zero. God.
Yeah, V2!
Oh my god.
Alright, we're just gonna put this in covered fix. Alright, so, Half Dragon of Zero, a Dungeons of Dragons Familiar of Zero crossover. Louise got what she wanted, in a way. Now she has to deal with a familiar that does whatever she wants and is just out that does whatever she... Wait.
I believe the familiar is female.
I'm aware of the implication of what they're supposed to be saying, but
I
the way
understand.
they've structured the sentence is they are saying
Yes.
is the familiar
It implies
does
that the
what
familiar's doing
Luis.
whatever Luis
Yeah.
wants.
Remember, kids, sentence structure is the difference between helping your Uncle Jack off a horse and helping your Uncle Jack off his horse.
Or, alternately, helping your horse off Uncle Jack.
You know, they would never expect it. Watch out, world. You shall meet your first half-dragon.
No.
Why?
Of all the things you could pull from D&D, why would it be something garbage like a half-dragon?
Well, at least it's not Drizzt.
Drizzt would be
no.
entertaining at least.
Drizzt actually at least has a definition of character. I mean, like, the failings of the Drizzt books is not Drizzt. It's the fact that he's the main character.
Let's be clear. Some of the failings are definitely Drizzt.
I was gonna say, let's not forgive all of it here.
Okay, fine. But most of the failings
I
of the
love those
Drizzt
books. I have them
series
all, but-
is the plot. And
Well, especially when you look at some of the very beginning, the books where he, the first book where he leaves. I would
Yes.
say everything up to Streams of Silver.
yeah.
Not that the other ones after that aren't good, but those are some of the best.
Yes. The Icewind Dale trilogy is probably my favorite part of the series.
Well, especially because the nice thing about Icewind Dale trilogy was you didn't need to know anything else. You know, you jump like 12 books ahead, and suddenly the world's gone to shit, and there's a shadow realm. I'm not even kidding about a literal shadow realm.
Yeah.
And it's like this thing has invaded the planet, and there's
the
some kind
spell
of shadow
play
dimension,
happened.
and there's like a war with the gods, and magic is gone, and I'm just like, how many fucking other books do I need to read? Is this what it felt like for my friends who didn't read all of the books leading up to Halo 4?
Yeah. I mean, no, to be fair, I can say with certainty that as someone who only read books concerning Halo up until after Halo 3. So I didn't read the Reach books. I didn't read the Halo 4 books, etc., etc.
Uh-huh.
Going into, like, my roommate was like, oh, I got Halo 4. I was like, oh, cool. And I sat there, like, for at least 75% of Halo 4 just being like, what the fuck is going on? Who the fuck are these
What the
people?
fuck is this? Who the fuck is
What
that?
is this
Who the
plot?
fuck is that?
Why did Master Chief just stab a fucking aircraft carrier with a knife to travel through slipspace? None of that works! No,
And
like,
then
seriously,
there's stuff
though.
where it's like, who's this Jewel Umdama? Why is he a big deal? Who's the new head of Oni? What's up with this AI? Am I supposed to know who those ODSTs are?
I
Yeah.
mean,
But no,
If
but
you were
seriously,
supposed
though,
to
when I
use
saw
it-
that scene happen, I literally turned to my roommate and went, did they just have Master Chief stab the, what are those things called? Spirits?
Yeah, the spirit.
Did he just stab the spirit with a K-bar to distract us from the fact that it's going through slipspace? Or did they have it go through slipspace to distract us from the fact that he just stabbed a spirit with a fucking K-bar?
The answer is yes.
And that is what my roommate told me.
But like seriously, out of all the things you know who I think would have been fantastic for her to pull through Sneaky? Wolfgar.
Oh.
Think of how much fun that would be.
I could see it.
She summoned a human, a naked human.
Personally, I am in favor of Canterbury. But, you know, that's
I mean, yeah, but then it's just she summoned a wizard as her familiar. That's been done, right?
Well, yes, but it's also Canterbury.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Or who was the she wasn't a tiefling, but she ended up on the wrong side. She was in like the evil Drizzt party that Lolth put together.
Oh, fuck. Was that the elf?
No, the punchy mage or the punchy martial arts girl.
Oh, fuck. The later books just didn't really stick with me as much.
I know, well, because there was that whole stuff about, like, there's some kind of evil party that's dragging him deeper into darkness, and he was working with Assassin Man, who was somehow still alive, like, 10,000 years later?
Yeah, it was weird.
And still had a massive hate boner for Drizzt the entire 10,000 years?
To be fair, I would too.
Okay, you make a valid point, but still.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Sneaky, if we're gonna summon a wizard, let's just summon, oh my god, what's his name? Old Wizard Man.
There's a lot of those.
No, but like the one L something?
Oh,
Old
shit.
Wizard Man. Hold on. Let's try and
shut up.
narrow that.
Fuck.
No, L.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
L something.
Oh, fuck. It's in the magic missile name, isn't it?
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know what's going on, so I'm just nodding along.
Elzar?
Maybe? Archmages, here we go. Elminster!
Elminster, there we go, yes. Elminster, yes. That would be something. Holy fucking
just summon
shit.
the most shitposty swag looking wizard. Like, this man does not look like a wizard. Like, Max, I'm gonna send you a picture of this. Is this what you would think an archmage looks
Jesus
like
Christ,
from D&D?
Oh, God. Okay,
Or
anyway.
does he look like some kind of eldritch sword master?
Anyway.
He looks like he's a baller magic swordsman.
Let's get back on track.
Like,
So, we got a hyperlude half-dragon in the demiplane here.
Oh my god, when did he get that fucking title? The Great Over Sorcerer. You wanna calm down there, Elminster.
The multiverse is a strange thing. It's a collection of infinite number of infinite dimensions, or planes, if one will. No, actually, as per the D&D definition, the multiverse is not an infinite number of infinite dimensions. The multiverse is a distinct number of very specific dimensions. However, time is actually one of those things that cannot be fucked with. Even the gods said, yeah, we can't do shit about time. Space, easy peasy. Even a fucking human could fuck space. But time, you cannot fuck time.
No! There was one! Wasn't it Elminster who fucked with time?
Yes! But we don't talk about that!
Oh, we talk about it! He never shuts up about it. Remember the time I flipped the bird to the gods and broke space and time itself? Which not even the gods have done? And all the gods are just sitting up there going, we remember.
Fucking Elminster.
When you gonna die, Elminster? Never!
Just someone shut him up, please.
Yes.
For the love of God.
Everyone's been trying that for a very long time.
It has yet to succeed. Oh my god, it's way worse than I thought, Sneaky.
What?
He was born in 212.
Yeah.
What? He was born in 212!
Yeah, he basically invented the entire modern D&D magic system, lore-wise. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Hold on, I want to look at his 1E stat block.
Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, so, in some realities, people have managed to explore parts of this multiverse, and many planes of existence have been given names by both visitors and their inhabitants. Such exploration...
Although, actually, Sneaky, when was this written?
This specific story?
Yes.
This was written in 2015.
Okay, so Guilds of Ravinica was... Guilds of Ravinica was not out yet, which means D&D had not yet crossed over with Magic the Gathering,
Yeah.
which means, no, it was still confined to a limited number of planes.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Yeah, no, so that is the thing, is Magic the Gathering Yes, time, space, pretty much everything has been fucked with by this point. Yeah. So at that point, I would say yes, time is fuckable, but you know, we're talking about like Forgotten Realms era shit here. Oh man.
You know, words I would not have expected to hear.
You know
from
what
your mouth,
series
time
I
is
miss?
fuckable.
You know what series I miss? The Unforgotten Realms. That was a good series. I miss that series. You never heard of the Unforgotten Realms?
It was decent.
Unforgotten Realms? I really don't.
It was a shitposty type animation based on D&D, where the narrative perspective of the animation is from the DM/player one. And he is trying to guide his less D&D savvy friend through a campaign, and it just gets horribly sidetracked, and shit just starts getting weird. And it was, it was mildly amusing. A lot of D&D jokes. I attacked the
Where
darkness.
is this man's stat block?
But it just died one day. It just they started up a new arc, and then it just dead.
It just died.
He dies instantly.
Anyway. Blah 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 blah. Elemental planes and blah 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 blah. Some of the planes are known. Outer planes. I mean, yeah, I guess you could call them outer planes. The celestial realms, Elysium, Hell, Abaddon, and the Abyss.
Wait a minute. Abaddon isn't a plane.
That's not a.
No, because there's the celestial realms, Elysium, which is separate from that.
Yeah.
The 9 hells.
Yep.
And the Abyss.
Yep.
And then, because Lolth hangs out in the Abyss. The Glabrezu hang out in the 9 hells. Along with like Asmodean and those dicks.
Yep.
I feel like there's one we're forgetting. Oh yeah, Shadowmere.
Yeah.
We don't like to talk about Shadowmere.
I mean, it's arguable whether or not it existed when this person was writing that story, but
What all planes and what all great wheels have in common. Oh boy. Fucking they're gonna try and pull that metaphor. Great. One of them. Everything is connected through the astral plane. Isn't that?
no, it's not.
No.
It's not.
It's literally never been that. It's been made abundantly clear that certain realms should never, ever, ever even remotely touch.
Like the
Ever.
positive and negative realms. Oh, you don't want those touching.
You also don't want touching 2 bags of holding.
Well, that's for entirely separate reasons.
Well, no, let me phrase that. If you really need to get rid of something right now, go ahead and touch your bags of holding together.
No, it's no 2 bags of holding together cancel each other out, but it's the bag of holding, but you slap a portable hole on it, which allows you to enlarge a hole into whatever it's slapped onto. But enlarging a hole of a bag of holding enlarges the space that's the hole's connected to, which glitches shit out and teleports everything within a 15-foot radius into a random dimension. Good shit. Like, say, accidentally yeeting yourself into the celestial realms. Sure, the gods are going to slay you, but they're going to kill the big bad,
Well,
too.
depends on who you're with.
No, unlawful intrusion on the god realm is pretty much punishable by death, no matter who it's done by.
I mean, at least it's not the one-way portal to the fire plane.
Hey, what happens if I connect the positive and negative realms by a permanent portal? Said the wizard.
Hey, what if I
Once.
use wild magic? Said the sorcerer.
Wait, no, don't do that here! Oh, no.
Everything burns.
rolls the worst possible roll. Well, congratulations, guys. We've ended the campaign.
I was listening to a campaign where the PCs put a bag of holding over a vampire's head and stabbed the bag. Well, I mean, that's a very expensive way to kill a vampire, I suppose.
I mean, it would work. It's a terrible idea, and you've wasted at minimum 1,000 gold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also like 300 gold if you are using the pouch of holding, I believe it's called, which is from
Oh,
the
no, you
monsters.
mean the handy haversack.
No, so there's this thing, no, that's 50 gold. There's this thing called, like, the monster crafting manuals or some shit that my current DM uses, and basically certain animals have certain body parts that can be used to make items cheaper. And one of those is several lower level animals have basically their stomach, when certain arcane rituals are enacted upon it, can be turned into a small, like not even like a tier 1 bag of holding, but still a bag of holding. Like a tier 0.5 bag of holding.
Oh, so it's like I shoved some arrows in there.
Yeah, it can hold like up to 100 pounds or something like that, like 50 pounds or something like that. It's like not much, but it's something.
Gotcha.
It counts for something, yeah.
It's something.jpg.
Also, recently the DM now regrets certain things he's done to me, so this is actually sort of relevant because my character is a dragonkin. So we were killing a bunch of snakes, and the snake god showed up because we killed some really big snakes, and the snake god was like, "Hey, I am impressed that you killed these snakes because I'm all about strength is power and etc. etc. But I'm also really pissed because you killed my champion on the mortal plane. So I shall give you 3 options. You may pick of these 3 words, and I shall bless you with their effects." And obviously, of course, these are all monkey paw blessings. One of the blessings was harvest, and it made all food within 30 feet of the blessed character never rot. But anytime they tried to eat food, it would instantly turn to ash.
That's a dick move.
He's a dick! He's an evil god!
So, did it also remove their need to eat, or was it just
No.
haha,
It's just haha.
die a slow death?
Yes. I mean, you could technically eat food that doesn't expire, because it only affects food that expires. So, like, hardtack.
No, hardtack does have an expiry date.
Oh, does it?
It's a super long one, but it will eventually rot.
Oh, okay then. But anyway, so the whole point of this all comes back to is I chose Nemesis, which was a 2-fold blessing, where my character was turned into a half snake, in that his lower body was turned into... so basically just imagine the snake enemies from XCOM.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have become the Snickwafu.
And, but, however, I now do 2 damage, and have 2 attack to snakes, and snakes have the same to me, and we can both do rituals to find each other. Within 1 mile. But this is important, because having the snake tail gives me a grapple move, like an XCOM.
I see.
So you
And
just
as we
become
all
an
know
XCOM.
the grapple rules of D&D, I also recently leveled up to 16, and I took immovable,
Oh no.
which means anything less than a huge creature cannot grapple me.
Well, that's one way to say fuck you. That is definitely one way to say.
I win the grapple, or I win the grapple.
My favorite part is, it's all his own fault! Oh.
Yes. But anyway, back to this garbage story that gets everything about D&D wrong. The demi-plane is what the pocket of the astral realm is called. And it's something powerful spellcasters can create through the very fabric of their will. It's a quaint little place and resembles what mortals used to believe their world to look like, which in this case would mean a flat island in a black void of nothingness. Most of the island is covered by a lightly forested area and grassland, upon the latter of which is a sizable mansion is situated. One corner of the island, however, is different, as it is a rocky expanse of charred ground and pools of lava scattered across it. If one were to look closely, one would see that the grassland ends abruptly rather than gradually fading as it came closer. In fact, not even 2 feet in front of where the grass ends, the temperature would still be that of a pleasant spring day. If one, however, were to cross the border, one would be struck by searing heat immediately, such as the logic of the planes created in this way. So, I would like to point out here is that his narrative is absolutely a fucking clusterfuck, where it changes between a third-person omnipotent narrative, describing the planes and shit, and then suddenly it switches to like this first-person narrative, where it's like, or if you can point your eyes towards this location, and then it like comes up to this just first-person-y section-ish, where it's just like, if one were to cross this section right here, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Why is this why is this important at all? Are these details relevant? No. If they are, you aren't hooking me with them. This is supposed to be your chapter 1, your big old hook, and you wasted your fucking hook section to talk about shit that literally no one cares about. Like, even fans of D&D are either going to be mad, so they'll click away, or they're going to be like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever, and then click away anyway because you just spent like the first 7 paragraphs talking about shit they either A, already know, or B, disagree with you with. And say you're a brand new person who doesn't really know much about D&D, but you're like, oh yeah, I played D&D like once with a friend, and so you clicked on this story because you saw the words half-dragon. And then the author just spends like 9 paragraphs talking about planes and how this one section of the forest is just lava now. And you're just like, what?
You have entered the Mario level. Everything is now lava.
Demiplane, the mansion. Inside the mansion, one would currently see a curious spectacle. Again, what's this, like, first-person bullshit perspective of, like, one would do this? I mean, I understand it's a perspective and that it's used in actual writing, but it's like, pick your fucking perspective narrative, author. It was a spectacle that would leave quite a few people confused as to just what was going on. I mean, again, is it? Though, if one were to see this, that means they would have access to the astral realm, and not only would they have access to the astral realm, they would also have access to this specific sectional pocket of the astral realm, which means that they must be a significantly powerful individual indeed to do that. So, those people tend to be both A, eccentric, and B, had their own series of adventures, as no one just accidentally becomes that powerful. So would they actually be confused? Or are you saying that the people reading the story would be confused, author? Because the only thing I'm confused about is why you're telling us this. The spectacle in question, if you were wondering, is a busty woman. Yeah, yes, oh, yeah. Wow, that really befuddles me. The author's right, guys. A busty woman. So many questions to ask.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, I'm trying to think about how surprised I am.
Who has the looks of a love child between a reptile and an elf, dragging a man of elven descent wearing a full suit of plate armor across the hallway by his hand. Okay, again, why would this confuse anyone? Like, literally, anyone who is at this level of power would be like, yeah, that's a thing. No one is confused here. Except maybe you, author. You're confused. What the author is just Oprah Winfrey of power. No, we're not there yet. This woman has long silver hair that is split on two of her head by a pair of red horns, tied up in a ponytail, yet still reaching all the way to her lower back, sapphire eyes. Still reaching all the way to her lower back, sapphire eyes. Apparently, this half-dragon has eyes on her lower back that her hair covers up.
That, I feel
I'm not
like
really
that's a
sure what to think
character
about that
flaw.
one.
Talons for hands and gold scales scattered across her body periodically. Periodically. Author, I don't think that word means what you think it means. Hold on a moment. Let us see. Right, so periodically. As stated or regularly occurring intervals. Okay. Alright, so regularly occurring intervals. Gold scales scattered across her body at regularly occurring intervals. Yeah, I don't really think you can scatter things in a specific pattern. That, doesn't seem to be the, word I would use with scatter. As scattering typically means, random directions. So you randomly, but in a pattern, have scales. Interesting, author. Interesting. Back eyes, and periodic scales. Yes, each scale is actually just an element on the periodic table. That would be something. I hear sounds of heavy breathing coming from you.
Yeah, that would be me trying and failing to hold in my exasperation with the author.
I'm feeling the same way. I feel no sense of connection with this author.
I feel no connection, I feel no
feel
joy,
no
I feel no
connection.
happiness. You have failed in your solemn duty to entertain me.
Yes, actually, pretty much.
I have 3 million different things I would rather be doing right now.
And yet, here you are. She has a face that conveys femininity!
As opposed to what? Conveying...
Autism.
Third Reichism?
And curves women would kill for.
I mean, alright, you know what? Be fair. That is something that could actually happen in D&D.
A long tail of the same length as she is tall, swaying idly behind her. That's a fucking long tail, or that's a short-ass woman. Jesus Christ. Lastly, no comma there, author. Pair of leathery wings folded neatly on her back. The last detail you need to describe such an individual. For she is a golden half-dragon. Damn it, Raskiriwawa. You know I'm busy. I can't just randomly leave whenever I want anymore. Says the man towards the woman. Raskirira. In a tone that hopefully conveys he is annoyed. Well, hopefully. Are you saying that he is socially incompetent? The man, or half elf, as many could tell you, is standing at a impressive 6'8", made only more imposing by his set of full plate. He has short blonde hair and blue eyes, and he hails the Third Reich.
The what?
The Third Reich. The Third Elfish Reich.
Could you stop inserting stuff?
I did not. That's all there. In my head.
In your head, let's be clear.
There we go.
That kind of falls in line with please stop inserting stuff.
Okay, well, what happens when the author starts inserting things?
I mean, that's kind of the point of fan fiction is people just inserting shit for some reason.
No, Max, I believe that's the point of scat fetish.
Let's not discuss that. Let's just leave it at that and then never discuss that ever again.
I can feel the waves of disappointment coming off of Max.
Can you feel that wave of disappointment from everyone here?
No, just Max. I'm specifically attuned to Max's disappointment. I
Bet you are.
have felt it for a long period of time.
Is it just me, or does the DMR have, like, way more reticle bloom than it used to?
I think it does.
Shut up, Thorgal! Thorgal, the half-elf? Okay, sure, yeah. No matter what you tell yourself or your subordinates, you need to break occasionally. How long have you been buried under that mound
Jorp
of
is
paper? Oh, boy.
Jorp is here!
Hey, Jorp,
I can never make a surprise at
I need your professional medical opinion
Yeah.
on the possibility of a scattering of patterned scales.
Okay.
Yeah. And how much would you hail the Third Reich if a 6'8" half-elf with blonde hair and blue eyes came up to you?
I don't know if that's necessarily measurable because I would be literally marching down the fucking promenade. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. I appreciate your honesty.
Well, is this a male half elf or a female half elf? Wait.
A
wait.
male half-elf, the dragon is the female. And
The
don't
dragon's
worry,
the female.
her scales cover her breasts.
Does she fuck?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We're still on board, boys. We're still on board. Yeah, that was close.
I believe that's what we're about to witness right here. She is currently kidnapped the 6'8" elf, and I believe she's dragging him off to the bedroom.
Oh well, don't let me stop such a spicy conclusion.
So anyway, they're arguing about paperwork as she shakes her hair and it scatters all over the place once more. And they start walking, and they're walking, and they're walking, and they go into the party room filled with party supplies, such as a tiger sleeping on the fireplace.
As they're wont to do.
What is this fucking God, I can't think. RuneScape all of a sudden? That
Yes.
tigers are now a party supply?
Mm-hmm. The other is apparently another party supply of theirs is a red-headed, bearded dwarf on the sofa, compressing
That's racist.
the soft Sessians quite a bit with his own weight and his own Bulette full plate. His stony eyes convey his own annoyance at something, probably the current situation, even as he idly drinks something out of a flagon. Something, an unknown substance, one might say, is currently being guzzled. The last person currently mixing drinks behind the bar is, at first glance, what might be a human. But on closer inspection, they're a tiefling. Because that's not fucking obvious. Humans just have
Gee, they have red skin. I wonder if they're teeth.
red skin, red eyes, fangs, a fucking tail.
They're summoning demonic entities.
Oh, you know what, guys? No, it's actually very easy to, get tieflings mixed up with humans. I mean, the Native Americans, they were red, according to people. So I'm sure they just got finished colonizing the New World, and that's why it's very easy to confuse a tiefling with a human.
Gee, I wonder why people think I'm a terrible person, he says.
I don't ask that question. I just ask, why does Twitch keep fucking silencing us?
You know why.
Is Twitch silencing you now?
I mean, we have 6 people.
Nobody asked you, Captain.
Hot take.
Yeah.
Captain Hot Take.
I was just curious because I haven't been silenced by Twitch yet, and if I haven't been silenced, I don't know how the hell you are.
It's because I say spicier hot takes.
Are you sure about that?
No.
Sneaky just has a higher opinion of himself than he really deserves.
I mean,
it's
that's
okay,
been no.
Sneaky and I will go toe for toe on hot takes, okay? I'm just saying, I say some really fucked up shit on my live streams, and Twitch has never so much as even, like, got a hold of, like, hey, buddy, that thing you said about the Jews, could you pare that down?
Can you walk that back?
Are you sure you want to call for an ethnic cleansing of every Islamic ever? Is it not just the terrorists?
Oh, Jorp. Oh, Jorp. You know what we need to balance this out? You need to just start reading Sulu's hot takes on stream. That'll balance this whole thing out. Use it as camouflage.
Fucking galaxy brain shit.
Jorp has a very interesting fellow on one of his discords that has some interesting I don't want to call them hot takes. I think calling them hot takes would do them an injustice, because those things are like freaking center of the sun takes.
I almost wonder if he's serious sometimes. Like
it is a very
So, like, are we talking like nuclear takes here? Like, that's the center of a fusion reactor take.
we're talking like all billionaires have never worked a day in their lives and they deserve to be put in prison while their assets are seized by the workers.
Yeah. Or other alternatives, such as Trump has secretly brainwashed all of America, and that he is one of the few remaining unbrainwashed individuals, and he's a freedom fighter here to set us free.
Oh, wow, okay.
Hot
So,
fucking
Sneaky,
take right there.
you've met the one person that I've always wanted to meet and too scared to go looking for. You met the tin people.
Oh
Oh,
no,
geez.
Max, he is beyond tinfoil. Tinfoil wraps themselves in him to protect themselves.
Oh boy. And we're sure he's not just leaning hard into this.
Honestly, we
can't be
really
certain,
hope.
but-
We can't be certain, but we really hope.
Because, like, Sneaky, you and I have talked about this. I'm not certain about you sometimes. Like, this guy makes you feel that way.
Yes.
Wow. I'm gonna need you to send me some screen caps later.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, his next hot take, I'll just start sending you screenshots of.
He always comes out with a good one. Like he pops off after a hard day of like jerking off in his bedroom, and he's like, "This is what I've got for tonight."
He's supposedly employed by the Bernie Sanders campaign. Which is...
See,
Oh, you know what? Actually, Jorp, if you could do me a massive favor and try and find the screen caps for when we were reading him the Bernie Sanders website, and he was frothing
Jesus.
at the mouth about how we were lying about Bernie Sanders as we read to him the Bernie Sanders political website.
What's a good keyword to search that? I know there were a couple we were repeating. You know
you
what?
wouldn't just try Bernie.
Fear mongering. Fear mongering.
Was it 13% might be a good one.
Oh God.
No, but literally because
Yes.
that was on there.
Yeah, that was
Remember,
on
we were
there.
fucking, we
Yeah.
were dying, dude.
Holy
we were dying.
shit, that was fucking something. So, in other news, Bernie Sanders' webpage is exceedingly woke. And red
I see
pilled.
it here. The timestamp where I tagged you, Sneaky, and I said, "Did you see the fucking 1350?"
Yes. Oh my
Alright,
god.
let me jump to that.
Anyway, so while you while you get that shit, let's keep fucking going. So basically, the half dragon has kidnapped all of her party members and forced them to attend this party unwillingly. And has bribed them with alcoholic drinks. And the 4 people and Tiger then sat around a table and ate food. And then the half dragon started hearing voices in her head, calling her a servant. And then she was kidnapped, ironically, from her own astral plane.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, and Potato, you actually nailed that reference picture. Thank you. This is the Tristane Academy of Magic, which we will from now on be referring to as Taum, according to the author.
That's dumb.
I'm sorry, he did not. Oh my god, he did.
We wish we were lying.
I wish Sneaky was lying.
I wish I was lying.
He frequently is, but
It's a rather nice late spring afternoon in the lands of Halkagankigan and Yenia. But
No,
it was
Sneaky,
not
You
just...
used to be able to pronounce that. What happened?
I gave up.
Halka Junior.
I call it Halk.
Halka
Alright.
Georgia. Halka
I'm
Georgia?
sending you
Max,
some screenshots.
you're gonna rewrite it with
Sneaky.
as all of them as kind Southerners.
Oh god, oh good Georgia, what the fuck is wrong?
It was a calm
How
day
many
in the
problems
realms of Romalia until everything
Well,
changed.
Everyone
When the Confederacy attacked!
pistol. So,
Oh, great.
It
now
is
we
the
gotta
right
deal
of
with-
the commoners to bear pistols.
All I'm saying is that I would be tolerant of an AU where Albion accidentally settled the New World, and in this AU the Confederacy won instead of the Union, and then they attack Europe.
I feel like I'm gonna get put on a list just by being near you.
I get told that occasionally.
Yeah, that definitely sounds accurate for Sneaky.
Like the time that I was with Max, and remember that time, Max, when we were searching for shit? And we were like, oh my god, we're gonna get red flagged for this because there's like explosives and chemicals and firearms.
we were like, wait, could we theoretically make the gaping dragon explode with pyromancy? Oh shit,
we-
certain acids in the stomach can mix with this and do this. Holy
We
shit.
did some big fucking think, and we definitely got into some fucking watch lists with that.
Yeah. Also, Sneaky, I just want to point out, we basically did what Kojima did.
Yes.
We found a cool thing, probably didn't apply it correctly, but god damn it, it made for some amazing set piece.
All right. So this is garbage. We all know it's garbage. Blah blah blah. Explosions happened. Dragon
okay,
used
of course.
alter self on herself. Blah blah. Blah blah.
Really?
Humans.
You're-
They're all humans.
You're
blah
casting
blah.
alter self?
Yep. A very beautiful commoner. I summoned a concubine. Blah, and then she goes to kiss the half dragon. Blah 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 blah. Lips of hers, blah blah. Too much tits. Wanna grow when you're gonna kiss me. Blah. Burning pain engulfs her hand. Gandalfia runes being. Looking down, Rask reads the runes, which read Gandalfia on them.
As opposed to...
You know, not being able to read the runes she's never seen before in her life from a foreign magic system she's never been a part of in a dimension she's never seen.
Yeah, if only there was some way that entire problem could have been remedied.
Yep.
Some kind of spell that would let you comprehend languages.
Nah. Okay, so this is the part where we're gonna deviate from fanfiction a little bit, just real freaking quick. So so yeah, the 1350. You right? All right. Okay.
Did I hear 1350?
Okay. So where is it? Bernie Sanders believes that no human being is illegal. Unauthorized presences in the United States is a civil, not criminal offense. Blah blah blah. We will decriminalize border crossings and no longer separate families. Blah blah blah. And he responds with, "Yeah, but that's not an open borders policy."
It was literally called the open border policy. I don't know how much more fucking clear you can get, but you know, some of these brainlets they don't have reading comprehension anymore.
It's like, no, that is definitely what that is, my man.
Let's see. Oh yeah, and then he then says that nuclear energy is the future, and then we read to him from Bernie's website that Bernie Sanders is against nuclear energy. And he goes, "No,
Bernie was
you're
having this weird fucking
fear-mongering."
Back and forth with him about Alaska's nuclear reactors. Like, Bernie, nobody lives in Alaska. If Alaska was blown off the face of the map, we'd give you a silent prayer, and then life would go on.
And then he goes on to say that we're fear-mongering with him because our brains are not capable of understanding shit. It's just like, oh my god, man. He is something else.
Dude, I don't even drink beer, but whenever I see that Sulu has logged on to have a debate, I fucking crack open a cold one, dude. Like, this is the highlight of my night. Okay, this is better than masturbating.
I'm not sure if I would say it like that.
I would.
He would.
Yes, we are aware. It's almost as if he said it like that.
Anyway, so our next story is Naruto and D times D.
We don't have to.
Oh, we do. Blood born. What separates a devil from a human? What are humans but a miserable pile of secrets?
Ah!
I'm just kidding. That part's not. Nah, it's not.
Stop.
But the first part's there. Don't worry. The first part's there. What separates a devil from a human except the lifespan and body endurance and magic and the ability to, fly and fertility rates and criminal stats. But yeah, what separates a devil from a human, really? Besides literally everything.
Dick size?
There's a spell for that.
I am aware.
Both revel in sin and play trifle games. I'm actually kind of insulted on that one. I don't think any of us here, even me, revel in sin? Question mark?
I think the author's trying to make a point and be philosophical, but they're kind of failing.
Yeah, the problem I had with this when I first found this story is how they're trying to be like fucking deep suck of a fucking weed and then just like going into the shower and trying to do philosophy 101.
I'm just sitting here like, bro, it's fan fiction. You don't have to try that hard.
Like, they did such a deep suck of that weed that they didn't even puff. They just sucked. And they just kept sucking until the fucking...
They forgot to exhale.
Until the whole thing just goes out. Fox Sophie, yes. Now, though, as Naruto Caramilla takes the stage,
What?
Could you not, kind sir?
the devils will join him. They will play the game. You have lost the game. And learn just how vicious a vampire prince on a quest for revenge can be. See, now this is why I said, what is a human but a miserable pile of secrets? Because of the fact that this is a Naruto XB who's a vampire trying to be philosophical. See, this is actually something I talked about last night, surprisingly. Or not surprisingly, it really depends on what your opinion of me is. In that, I tried to explain to someone the difference between a crossover and a character export, or XP. Is that a crossover is where you take Naruto Uzumaki from the Konoha village of the Elemental Nations. From any time you want, really. It doesn't matter.
Just
That he's
has
from
to
the
be
Elemental
Naruto.
Nations.
he has to have actually grown up in Konoha.
Yeah. And
Well,
he ends up...
You're wrong. It should be. It must be Naruto older than like 5.
Yeah, fair enough. And Naruto post certain events, yes. And then you put them into another story, such as D times D, or Ruby, or Harry Potter, or whatever, right? That is a crossover, where one character is taken from one story and crosses over into another story. Now, a character export is sort of like how, what's the good way to say this? It's the cosmetics. You know?
It's the horse armor DLC.
Yes,
that
it's the horse armor DLC of crossovers. Because all it really does is you take a blonde-haired, blue-eyed child named Naruto, not technically always Uzumaki, and he ends up in X world not because he was transported there, but rather he always existed there. And so he doesn't have chakra, and, you know, maybe he'll have a sacred gear called Shadow Clone Claw Fist, or, you know, he'll have a semblance called Rasengan. You know, or, you know, some stupid shit that basically gives him all of the abilities, or at least some of the abilities that he had in his original form. And it's not Naruto. It's a character that looks like Naruto with some of Naruto's powers or flavor of his powers, but it's not Naruto. It's an export. It is not the character you are looking for.
As we once got so angry about, just because some dude took character names didn't make them his characters.
So Super Potato asks, what's the difference between a XP and an in-name only? An in-name only is actually more true to a character than an XP, because an in-name only implies that it's Naruto Uzumaki from the Konoha village, but he's, you know, basically written as a self-insert of the author. That's an in-name only. He still has chakra, he still has the Kyuubi, he still has usually the same backstory, but for some inexplicable reason his personality is completely different, his actions are completely different, and etc. Now, an XP on that hand would be more of inspired by. So it would be the difference between playing a game where you get to pick playing as Gandalf versus playing a game where you get to pick a character that looks like Gandalf, that has similar powers as Gandalf, and is named Gandalf, but is quite clearly not Gandalf. If that makes any more sense than it normally does. Fucking Christ, hold on. My microphone decided to be a bitch.
Oh. Explains the weird noise.
The very strange pause.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
We can hear you.
Can you?
I can hear you. Regrettably.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
can hear you.
Good.
I don't know. I kind of want to hear the testing, and I liked it.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry, are you saying you want some Russian ASMR sneaky?
Yes.
Sorry, I
Sneaky!
only
I
do
know
that
how
on page.
I know how you can make money.
So can XPs be used to bypass trademarks? I mean, that's effectively what they're used to do, aren't they? Like, hey guys, this is basically this character, except, you know, we've changed enough about him that they can't say it's a trademark. In low quality remakes? Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, you know what's the worst thing? I'm sorry, guys. I just bought an Xbox One. You know what's the dumbest thing about this?
You
If
bought
that's an
an
Xbox One?
You bought an Xbox One?
Well, no. Besides that, well, I was turning on Jedi Fallen Order because I was gonna play some, right? And
Yeah.
it literally tells you I've got a buddy, and it literally tells you he's 25 gamer score points ahead of me on it. What a way to inject competition and force you to feel like you have to play the fucking
into
game.
a single player game. Your buddy's farther in the story than you, bitch.
What the fuck?
Man, I remember the gamer score thing from the old Xbox 360 days, and there was so many articles out of top 20 games to play for easy gamer scores, like Avatar: The Last
Dude, I remember
Airbender.
Avatar. I got that game literally for the fucking gamer score.
I got that game.
So did everybody else.
It was fucking
Dude,
awful.
actually, it was pretty cool. I was able to import my old Xbox 360 gamer tag, and I kept all my shit. I have a gamer score of like 70,000.
Yeah. I remember back in the day when like having a gamer score of 30k was a lot.
Yeah, I'm a fucking pro gamer, dude. You don't even know. Like,
But
I'm sure.
yeah, so like we've encountered
What
XPs.
the fuck is wrong with you?
I
To be honest, so I might have just hit Atin with the fucking bitchy shot because I was
he's a
just randomly.
traitorous bitch.
I was just randomly shooting into the fucking doorways, hoping to get a kill.
And you didn't pay any attention to the.
Nope, I did not.
Good fucking job.
anyway,
That sounds like he wants a grenade for president.
He has to hit me
will
first.
You'll be forgiven if you actually protect me.
but no, they had a dope ass deal on the Xbox One on Black Friday, y'all. Like, I couldn't even trip.
What? I didn't have to do anything, and they'd give it to me for free because otherwise I don't want the damn thing.
Why are you hating on the Xbox One so much?
because I have a
Because
PC.
I have
buy
the
one.
superior version of the Xbox One known as a computer.
Oh, well, I have a computer too, but I wanted the fucking Xbox One. I can have it all because I'm allowed to because I'm an adult.
Great. I don't want an Xbox One. I have a
Yeah, well,
PS4.
I'm not part of your system.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to the
Yeah,
ground.
how are you enjoying the combat in that game, by the way, George? That combat's pretty fucking solid.
Oh, Fallen Order? No, it's dope. I'm pretty early into the game right now. I'm on the first like planet you're able to really explore. But I'm having fun with that.
Pagano?
Is that what it's called? I just turned the game on. Let me check if it tells me.
For sure. Nice looking planes.
Yeah,
Dope
Bogano
ass
with,
dragons sleeping in the back.
Yup, I haven't fought that dragon yet, but I was able to turn my lightsaber into a green one, and I'm very happy about that.
Oh God.
So
Oh,
I
no.
understand you're really enjoying the game. Did you ever play the Jedi Knight games?
Oh, I've
Which
played
just
the
have
first
better
two.
lightsaber combat.
I love them. I've played the first. I haven't played the other one, but I love the first two.
Oh no.
What do you keep knowing about? Nobody cares about this garbage fan fiction.
Okay, so I got good news and I got bad news. So the good
Uh-huh.
news is that there is a V2 version of this story. The bad news is there's an AU version of this story where apparently Naruto is born as an angel.
Oh, goody.
But why?
You what, mate? You what?
Yeah. You know what? The rest of this podcast is just going to be a feature presentation on the man known as Plagued Ambition. Because holy fucking shit.
Hollows never cry.
Don't read past chapter 2 for fuck's sake.
That sounds like I should read past chapter 2.
Wait, hey, Hollows, is that just gonna be a Devil May Cry ripoff?
Listen, do it well enough, and I might even forgive you.
Oh god. On White Wings. Oh Jesus God. Oh my god. It's just Naruto and Fairy Tail crossover.
But yeah. Jorp, just a heads up though on Fallen
Yeah.
Order. Don't expect too much from the story. It's like 5 to 6 out of 10 on storytelling.
Oh
I'm just here for the
Christ.
fucking
Pretty
Jedi shit,
average. But the
Iron is important to a vampire.
This fucking picture I'm posting up. Look at my badass motherfucker.
Uzumaki Naruto, a
just took a
strange name
screenshot.
for a strange teen. His father gave him a simple command. Go to Yokai Academy.
show that grass is boss.
As a monster, it shouldn't be too difficult to fit in, right? Well, that was until he met her again. Naruto times Mocha. Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
The Anvil! Naruto Uzumaki was a mystery to everyone, even those who grew up with him.
Well, what's that stupid quote again? It's a mystery to everyone.
Including the author. It seems as though Michael the Archangel knows the truth, but has no plans on speaking of it. What are Naruto's ties to God, and why do the Seraphim bend to his will? Hiatus, possible rewrite, Naruto times Gabriel and Graphia. What?
I have so many questions.
I have many questions. I want no answers.
I have so many questions, and at this point, I'm not sure if I want answers.
I know for a fact that I don't want answers.
Alright, so anyway, though, we're gonna read Blue Blooded because this is the new and improved variant of the one we were going to read. So, you know what? Oh, shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so, what if, do we read the first chapter of each and see if there's any improvement at all? I think we should.
I mean, we'll give him the benefit of the hate.
So, let's start with his version 1. A chilling breeze washed over the calm, quiet town on the outskirts of the devil side of the underworld. There was a sense...
The devil side of the underworld. What? So you've got the devil side of the underworld, and then over here on the left, you've got the, I don't know. Like, what other side is there?
the Fallen?
On one hand, gold. On the other, painful, agonizing failure.
But gold, you say?
Dig, 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 my lads.
Dig. Dig. Dig up Virginia, boy!
Yes!
Mine, boys.
It's not like Virginia has anything worthwhile in it anyway.
It does have trees.
You know what? You hear that? That's right. I'm throwing shade at Virginia.
Oh, you want to know what? You know what?
Oh.
Want to know what's funny?
You know
about
what? No,
comics?
you know what
probably
Virginia
sold all
has?
that wood.
Virginia has Jamestown. You know of Jamestown? No, neither does anyone else.
That's because the Indians burnt it
Especially
to the
not the Pilgrims.
Especially not the Pilgrims.
It's funny because they all died horribly. What
Whoa,
the fuck
what
is
is
this?
this? Oh, you probably stopped playing Reach well before they introduced the actually reasonably made custom fan maps.
Anyway,
What the fuck is this?
so the doors were bolted shut, and blood was smeared on them, with cloves of garlic hanging from every windowsill lined with salt. To the 15 walking through the town, it was clear what happened. Vampires? Or rather, vampire.
It's a vampires! What do we do?
Knock knock, it's the Spanish Inquisition, let us in. Oh, just the Spanish Inquisition, I better let you in. Oh no, it's the vampires! I didn't expect this!
It pains me physically to not know if you're memeing or not.
I think we can be reasonably certain the lad is memeing. I know, sometimes it can be a real question, but I don't think he is right now.
Singular vampire. On his own, young in age. He had golden, blonde hair and deep, ocean blue eyes, leaving people at first to believe that
Oh,
he
hey,
was
it's
an
Dio.
angel. His eyes were like ice, icy blue crystals that look deep into your soul. Fucking young adult counter, we need to bring it back.
No, we can't bring back the adult counter without whoever it was we had that
Faye?
counter for.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
where the
miss
hell is
Faye. Oh, Arn pissed her off because he memed at her, and she's like, I am offended by your meme. I'm going to leave now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn it, Arn! I'm kidding. It's probably not Arn's. I would just say Arn was probably using a low-level meme.
It was a very low-level meme. It wasn't even like a Nazi meme. It was just like a nobody cares meme.
It wasn't a Nazi meme, he says, as if that's a good thing.
I mean, it's Arn.
Yeah, but it's women. They'll be offended by anything.
Okay, Jorp. That's enough from you for the night.
Anyway, so whisker like marks adorned his cheeks, or at least that's what the description said.
What? What do you mean that's what the description said?
I think he's trying to do
What,
what
is
Max.
he reading
No,
off the back of a cereal
no,
box?
I think he's trying to do what Max and I did with our story, and where we had the narrator make jokes, but that really only works when the narrator is his own character.
Yeah, which is what he did. So we have him.
Yeah, but he did
interacting
it poorly,
with the
so I don't have to like it.
What? No, the narrator's not a character in this. He's just trying to make jokes in the narration.
Yeah.
Like,
The way
like in
actually
our
made
story,
it
for
as
example, the narrator
interact.
would literally take moments out, like, you know, Valkyrie, who's a not physically fit woman, trying to pull on a rusted, heavy iron pipe, or sorry, lever, and it not budging. And then the narrator injects a comment at the end of that narration going, wow, what a surprise. I'm truly shocked by this.
Truly,
Could
an
have
unexpected
ever-
turn of events.
Nobody saw this coming. And then Havel breaks the lever and he goes, I saw that coming.
He drinks from his can of Monster.
Writing the narrator was so much fun.
He was a fun character.
Like of all the characters, that was the one that we easily split a good 50-50 on characterization for.
Everything
Oh,
else was pretty much
Max
done
is
all
being
by myself.
recalled back to space. Well,
I need to change this fucking rigor.
you really
It's
do.
so aggressive.
You really, really do. You know what?
It's there to make sure you're aware.
Even better, actually. Can I? No, I can't. But can I?
But can you?
But can I?
I
Okay. So I was just scrolling through my text messages to try and find Max's number for something, and I just noticed that my sister has sent me. My sister, the one who, by the way, went to the hospital because she.
Same dudes.
No. She went to the
That
hospital
would be very unfortunate.
because she went on a vegan diet, but also didn't know what protein was, and she hated beans.
So now she's dying again.
So she ended up exceedingly malnourished and dying. And so,
So we need to show her
So
what
this girl-
protein is.
this
I
girl,
will gladly not do that because I've seen the sister.
this girl has just sent me a text message containing a link to a website saying, "Hey, brother, just sending you this link to this workout website because I know you really need it."
Wow. I mean, let's be fair. She's probably not wrong.
oh boy.
I'm like, girl, you're fucking medically underweight from not knowing what protein is? I think workout advice? You are the last person to give it. But yeah, no, where's Max? Max,
Oh,
where art thou, Max?
I've already put my phone on vibrate.
Oh, damn it!
You should have stayed quiet.
You know me, Max. You know me. I can't stay quiet about this shit.
It's true, you do have a pathological inability to know when to shut your whore mouth.
Yeah, I do.
That's way more offensive than when I rag on women.
Oh god.
It's hard to tell who's stupider, you or me.
Super Potato says it's obvious Naruto is clearly walking around with his physical description written onto his shirt. Max, I now have a gift for you for Christmas.
My physical description written on a shirt.
Yes. In fact, Atin, you're getting one too.
Really? And what is
Is
my
it just-
physical description, sir?
Is it just really shitty Sharpie on a white tee?
No, I was actually gonna get printed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm curious
that
as
is
to what my
way-
physical
that
description
is
is.
way more expensive than I thought you'd be willing to pop for a gift.
Well, I'm pretty sure you have like brown hair, and your skin is skin colored, according to Crayola.
Excuse you.
I-
I'll have you know my
I'm
skin
pretty sure they
is
changed
mauve.
that a while ago.
I don't know. I'm a fan of the classics. I prefer the classical Crayola.
Oh my god.
The good old-fashioned racism Crayola?
Hey now, there is nothing in the Crayola color scheme that is racist.
What about the one that said "All hail Hitler"?
No, that was an internet color. That
I
doesn't
only
count.
use rose art because they come with 1,418 colors. Did you guys did you guys watch the 16 minutes expose on YouTube the other day?
Which one?
No.
So,
It's been a very long time since I bothered with 60 fucking minutes.
60 minutes on YouTube where they interviewed Susan Wojcicki the other day.
Oh, yeah,
but-
yeah.
You do realize 60 minutes was a thing well before YouTube, right?
Yes,
Yeah, but no,
yes, I
they're
know.
posting this to YouTube.
Some people.
Anyway, the point is, they were talking about videos they had to take down, and the lady from 60 Minutes and Susan both kept referring to the Nazi term as 1418, and the whole time me and my buds were like, "What the fuck? Like, it's 1488." They keep saying 1418.
Probably because they didn't want to actually say.
No, because if they said 1488, Jorp, they'd have to take down their own video.
That makes sense. That might be that next level shit. I don't know.
They're circumventing their own bots.
Just felt really out of touch. It was like 1418. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, there's no 1418. Oh shit. You guys, I can run on walls now.
Cool. Nice.
He had to relearn it.
Yeah, I had to.
But,
fucking remember.
anyway,
I
so...
forgot how to run on a wall! I'm not a Titan pilot anymore!
Yo, what the fuck are these crabs, dude? They're killing me.
You're
Kill
dying
them
as a
back.
crab.
Have you gotten a medical doctor?
I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
That is indeed the correct way to approach crabs.
They dodge my lightsaber.
Anyway, so...
you're getting punked by a crab, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he gave off the feeling of a demonic fox. Are
What?
you sure he's
Really?
still
What's
around?
the feeling of a demonic fox?
Well, you see, it's like a fox, but demonic. Duh.
How many tails does it have?
Yes.
It has enough.
It has 9. Just, random number I threw out there. I'm sure it has no
It
relevance.
has 13 and a quarter tails.
See, you joke about that, but I'm sure there is a OC out there that is like the 13.5-tailed beast. Jinchuriki.
Oh yeah, that one's
I was
great.
gonna
Come on,
ask why
Sneaky.
13.5, and then I remembered why 13 was such a big number back in 2000s.
Obviously because of Organization 13, the guys with the best coats ever and the best personalities.
Dude, don't get me started on Kingdom Hearts. I'll be here for an hour talking about how disappointing the third one was.
Look, they're offering Remind for free. They have a chance to win me back.
I still haven't seen this confirmed that Remind is going to be free.
I will work on sourcing that, but I believe I saw. I could be wrong.
Are
would
you
be
sure
so
he is
surprised
still
if it was
around
free.
here, Naya? Came the strangely spoken words from raven-haired woman, standing rather close to smiling white male. The woman had a still developing bust. Oh, how do you know it's still developing? Maybe it stopped developing.
Yeah, why you got to insult her like that, dog? That's not cool.
Maybe in her early teens. 14 at the most, of course. What?
Yo.
Again, you seem incredibly derogatory towards this poor woman.
I don't
Yo,
understand.
This that fucking dragon you were talking about?
No.
Oh.
He's talking about the. Listen, there's a
that's
secret
right,
Dark
no,
Souls
no,
boss,
no,
and you can
no,
find.
That's the dragon. Look, he's adorable.
And-
No. I thought we were talking about the secret Dark Souls boss.
I don't know what you're trying to do. It's a really shitty bit, Atin.
I'm just going to
Do
ignore
better.
him and keep going and keep
But yes,
drinking.
that is in fact the
keep
dragon.
Drinking. Where is my shot glass? There it is. On the top, on the top of her head, sprouted 2 cat ears. Like plants, because they grow, mirroring the color of her hair.
No, people have used sprout to describe things like that before.
Yeah, and your face is ugly, so it doesn't change anything. She was clad in a black kimono, shoulder cast down and resting on her bicep. Alright, so, blah blah blah, Japanese stereotypes and tropes and stupid shit and blah blah blah. They're all hot, and Naruto kills the guys and saves the women. And by saves the women, I mean he has sex with them all, probably. I don't know.
Sounds about right.
Seems legit.
For some reason, Kuroka has her own peerage. Okay. That's a major AU, but sure. Yeah. Whatever. Speaking of major AU, so I know like basically none of you have actually bothered with the D times D storyline, but
That is correct.
I'm currently reading a semi-decent, and by semi-decent I mean readable, Bleach D times D story. And it's been okay so far, like nothing I would recommend to someone, but, you know, something I would read if it gets updated. But in the latest chapter, they were just like, yes, Rias and Sona's king pieces have mutated due to, you know, event that just happened. I'm just sitting here like, the king pieces, this is actually a major plot point in D times D, is that when the chess sets were first made for reincarnating people, the king piece was originally meant to be a power-up ability given to the leader of the peerage for the sole purpose of making sure that they were always stronger than their peerage members. But the problem is that it was basically a Konami cheat code and just gave way too much fucking power to people. And sometimes they would end up like failed Spartans where they would just collapse upon themselves. And sometimes they would end up like successful Spartans and just be obscenely powerful compared to what they used to be.
I see.
And the guy who made these chess pieces was like, wow, this is fucking awful. I'm not going to do this anymore. And so he made the King Monument, which is where that manages this for people. And so instead of things linking directly to the peerage leader through the King piece, the peerage pieces are linked to the King Monument, which is then linked to the person. So they're still technically under the purview of the King-linked devil, but the devil doesn't have the King power-up, aka the Konami code. And part of the later on arcs is that some of the king pieces that were being bought back by the government were just somehow in a devil society just happened to end up on the black market.
Why it gotta be a black market though?
Probably because they're in the abyss. So they can't really call it the white market. There's not enough light.
It's racist.
I don't really think it's racist because they're in literal hell.
Hell is race. Hell's full of racists.
He's actually got a point there.
There's a specific corner where they can all go be racially pure together.
I want to go to that corner.
Anyway, so point being is that some of these king pieces end up back into the circuit, and the top 10 strongest devils of the rating games, which is a key cornerstone plot point of this series, are all using king pieces. So they're all basically taking steroids. And it was a big reveal of like, oh my god, the top 0.1% are controlling devil society through steroid usage.
I'm not sure what I came back to, but I'm glad I came back to it.
And then the frogs turned gay. And it was really weird all around. But, the point being is that in this fanfic story, he had both Rias and Sona have king pieces that not only were being currently used by them, but had also mutated, which is to mean someone cooked the drugs real bad, and now suddenly you're sporting spikes out your ass, but those spikes one-hit KO people.
I still wouldn't take that.
Yeah, no.
don't know, most people
Mutated
would.
pieces are Russian roulette. But that was just a moment in that story where I was just like, oof. Big oof.
You
moment.
haven't read any of the lore.
I mean, not that I am not okay with authors just being like, look, fuck D times D lore, because fuck D times D lore. It is garbage. But the whole rating game system is very clearly defined, and it was a major thing for the king pieces to be used. It would be like... It would be like just casually mentioning that, Naruto and Sasuke, just, both of them know impure world resurrection as they're graduating from the academy. And it's just like, what? Who's more drunk at this point, Jorp or Sneaky? Jorp doesn't drink as heavily as I do.
I really don't.
He ought to. It might make him more excusable and palatable as a human being, but...
And maybe that's why I haven't been banned off Twitch yet. I'm getting the drunk pass.
I just do what the fuck I want.
Anyway, so now that I've meandered quite far away from this story, let us wrap on back around and wrap this section of the chapter up and then move on to the V2 version. Dump on that a bit, and then we can all go to bed. Sound good? Good.
Dope.
Alright. So, all of Kuroka's non-existent chess piece people were panicking, and basically they were reenacting the start of Predator. Sorry, not the start of Predator. The part where Predator shows up. Because the start of Predator is just your typical action flick of, Rambo shooting a bunch of people. And then Predator shows up and does the whole table flip paradigm shift thing. But
As you do.
so that part right there, that's what's happening right now to all the non-existent pieces that are getting picked off one by one. And, so, Kuroka decides to take inspiration from that one Marine from Aliens. She starts shouting, "Game over, man, game over." Blah, blah, blah. Naruto is using sealing. We can't fight him. He is killing us all. Blah, blah. Binding spell. He can control everyone here. And the blonde's like, "Awaken my masters." No, I'm just kidding. He just rips their throats out and starts drinking their blood. And then Kuroka's like, "Hey, you seem like a bright individual and powerful. You should become my slave." And Naruto goes, "Actually, fuck you."
Alternately, no.
Which is an acceptable response to such a question.
Hey, do you want to work for me forever for no pay? That sounds like slavery.
It is! Also, you have to follow all of my commands, or we kill you!
Alternate suggestion,
Fucking die.
I just kill you, myself.
Alternate suggestion, welcome to the Second Amendment, bitch!
It's like that one segment from Doctor Who is just like, "Do you guys have weapons? We do not need weapons. They are of an uncivilized people.
Oh man.
They're America, bitch."
Bang!
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I love that actor so much because no matter what role he's playing, he's just an Irish badass, and it's great.
Yeah, it is still my favorite thing. We are too smart and evolved for weapons.
Pulls out M1911. Welcome to America, bitch. Bang.
I think it was just a service revolver, but still.
No, it was an M1911.
No, you see, in order to be truly American, he would somehow pull an M16 out of his crotch.
Is that what Americans
No,
do?
you only unlock the crotch space if you've done the prerequisite tutorial of the National Guard.
You guys haven't done that yet? It's like the third easiest tutorial in the game.
Yeah,
Right
no,
next
it's-
to submitting to your Russian overlords.
I keep putting it off. Anyway, now that we're done with that shitpost, did you just say no to becoming my slave? Yeah. Did you not hear what I, Naruto Spanish, just said?
I didn't know we were playing on an international server. We aren't. He just found an item that punctuates his sentences with Spanish guitar.
I'm gonna suggest that to my DM now.
Wait, what?
And it's a magical item. It does nothing besides at the end of every sentence you say plays a Spanish little
A little Spanish guitar riff.
riff. Also, whenever you exclaim something or say someone's name,
Spanish guitar.
yeah.
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
I also recommended that he makes the official theme song for our campaign into hold on, let me find it.
I mean, listen, I'm a big fan of the quote-unquote gag cursed magical items, like the ugly doll that the first person who picks it up, it follows them around forever.
Oh fucking
And
Christ,
you
that
have to be
thing.
nice to it, or it does 10d10 psychic damage to you.
Fucking that thing, yeah.
Because here's the thing, right? It won't kill a player, and it's perfectly fine. Like, all they have to do is not put it in a bag, not bury it, and not abandon it. And nothing bad happens to them. They're just forced to carry around an ugly doll.
This is the I'm just gonna read that part. I said the DM should change our official theme song to this.
Also, I think more people should make cursed gag items. Like,
But that's not as fun as just killing your players.
I mean, our DM is doing that. Like, one of our rogues is permanently cursed to have everything they wear turn into some form of wedding dress. So they were wearing leather armor, so it's like some form of leatherish wedding dress.
leatherish armor wedding dress.
It's still like leather
amazing.
armor, but it's cosmetically shaped like a wedding dress.
That is amazing. I can't wait for them to wear full plate. They have to do it at least once.
But yeah. So anyway, let's hey. What is your name, Kuroka? My name is Kuroka. Kuroka Spanish.
Sneaky. Also, alternate suggestions for excellent cursed items to mess with the rogue. The constant rain of flower petals.
Every time they're sneaking, a background music plays of
No, Sneaky. It should absolutely be Mission Impossible.
but that's not as fun.
No, but it'll be a kind of musical score no one in that universe will ever recognize.
Well, no one will recognize that one either.
They don't understand.
No one recognizes that either. Now, one of the dragons we fought did actually have his own background music that was actually in the game, according to our DM. It was a undead dragon who was, as he was rising out of the swamp that he was in, a dubstep-based song called Swamp Thing started playing, and he's like, you hear this music reverberate through the land, and you have no fucking idea what's going on.
Beautiful.
Like, we thought, we didn't, because he didn't, like, tell us either that it was a dragon or what was coming out of the swamp. All
so
we
you just
knew...
know their shitty dubstep.
All we knew is this dubstep song started playing and the swamp started bubbling. We're all just like, ah! Insert Wilhelm scream. Okay, so apparently this is Romanian, and Kuroka, with her massive brain, was able to dissect the Max, what's the term for a history of a word?
Etymology.
Etymology.
Yeah.
Her
Thank
massive
you, Jordan.
brain
No
was
worries.
able to dissect the etymology of the word to successfully diplomance Naruto into not killing her. Like a true main character. And it was all thanks to her language perk that she picked up at level 1.
I sure was lucky for her.
How old are you, Nekomata Kuroka? Dun dun.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
14! Dun, 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 dun.
By the way, I look forward to you someday, you somehow, some way, getting an animated series of this.
I mean, I honestly would probably laugh my ass off if that ever happened, because some of the shit I say in here would make a very good animated series, and some of the shit I say in here I never want to see become animated, because, oh god.
Of course.
14, she stammered out, trying to avoid his gaze as she found herself blushing at his stare and his icy orbs.
Insert temporary mariachi music. Just to ruin the author's mood.
Just the curse of the mariachi band. At any
Whenever you are
serious
engaged in a
moment.
romantic moment, mariachi bands start playing.
Oh, I was gonna go with any serious moment has an invincible mariachi band. Untargetable.
No, that'd make it more romantic. I don't know what you think about.
Sneaky, there they are, at the battle, fighting the Lich in the ruins of the city. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Exactly.
The Lich is just like shooting fireballs at them. Why won't you die?
No, and for
Man
the
of the
romantic
machine,
scenes,
son.
it's obviously Benny Hill. That's the permanent
course.
background music during anything romantic.
Of course.
I'm sorry, I have to break up with you. Why? What is it? What did I do?
Why
It's
do I
not.
hear kazoo?
It's not you. It's your background music. I can't help it, Sheila. It's who I am. Thank you. Is that Jorp doing that?
Yes.
Thank you,
It
Jorp.
was.
Thank you.
No worries.
I was like, why do I hear that?
I was like, it's either Max or Jorp. If under age 18 an immortal FBI agent appears and detains the character, is it a lolly? Is it a 900-year-old lolly with an FBI shirt?
Yes.
I still think
And
that
she-
one Halloween post was actually
She just
absolutely
tells
amazing.
you that's not cool, Oni-chan, before taking you to jail.
You guys all saw that Halloween post of the three lollies dressed up as the various American organizations doing trick-or-treating with the three various organizations behind them, like getting ready to bust the door down the second it's opened.
No.
Really? You didn't see that? Shit, nose hair. I
Nope.
know.
Or if I did, I completely forgot it.
Nose hair. Acquire this image.
Why me?
Because you're
She's busy
better.
No, I know the image you're talking about.
Exactly. That's what I just said. You're better at this than him. Stop ignoring me, roared peon number 1. Naruto didn't even glance at him. Shut that sty you call a mouth. I am talking to someone of worth. 14, you see. You are of my age, yet you lack in ability. I wonder, do you not have drive, or is this a difference because of our birth? Do not bother trying to answer. This was merely a rhetorical question of philosophical importance. The way your body reacts is marvelous. Your heartbeat is increasing the closer I get.
That's, I think we need those FBI officers.
The scent you excrete is alluring. It draws you in, wanting to explore further.
Jesus Christ. We're done here.
Why we can't have nice things?
Oh my fucking god. So... Oh god. How stupid can a vampire be? That is a he. No matter what hangs from the chest, it's what's between the legs that counts.
I'm not sure how to take that sentence either.
Screamed Peon 1. Naruto rose a brow at the pig of a man, slowly drawing back from Kuroka, seeing her bite her lip gently in arousal. The pawns around them weren't able to see her facial reactions, as they were out of sight. The rooks and knights were out for the count, and no one would see what he was about to do. He stepped back lightly, an inquisitive look on his face as he opened up Kuroka's kimono to gaze upon her bits. He was not greeted to what he was told. No, instead he was greeted to a vagina.
Okay.
I have so many questions right now, and I don't want them answered. Thanks.
I'm actually phrasing this better than what the author said, because what the author said was
I'm aware.
The author said a small patch of black hair in the shape of a heart around a carefully crafted slit. I can feel the disappointment rolling from Max.
I didn't think that what you said could actually be better than what he wrote, but somehow.
I told you.
I'm sorry, I just... I'm gonna be honest, it sounds like something George R.R. Martin might have tried to write, and then thought better and made something different.
Oh, God.
Potatoes apparently added a relevant video to the Discord.
Ah, yes, the FBI open up meme in full.
Never seen that meme in full. That was
Really?
That was, interesting 38 seconds.
Yes, no, it's actually a very good meme. Very applicable in all situations. Especially when you talk against the FBI.
FBI, open up!
Anyway. As I was saying, so that's Bloodborne, and now we're gonna finish the night off with version 2, new and improved. By let's see, how old is Bloodborne? So this was originally published back in 2015, and so this is 4 years later. V2. Blue blood. The rivers will flow with the flavor of the dead. Red bathes the bed and leaves all undead.
They took a Psych 101 class and a Lit 101 class.
Yes. A new take on those who were blood-born. We now have the meat from the start, with their paths intertwining with the meddling mothers and strings of fate. So, to start off with, the summary is even more incomprehensible and nonsensical than it was in version 1. So I guess you could theoretically call that an improvement if your goal was to ensure you never had anyone read your story. Now, to be fair though, if we go look at the original, we have roughly 2.4 thousand favorites. And if we look at the new version, we have 473. Now, one could chalk this up to the fact that this is 16 chapters long. It's roughly 2 books. However, you would probably be right, actually. Author's note. Now, some of you, this will not come as a surprise, but to others, yeah, we're back, baby! Before canon, again, it happens. Also, as you might have guessed, Bloodborne won the rewrite poll, but I have heard from some reliable, trusty sources that they do not like me ripping down old stories to work on them. So I have just started up a new story. New title. Still fitting, though. Those that have been through a rewrite with me before know that things will change. Max, did you know that things change when you rewrite a story?
Sneaky, I think we fucked up our rewrite of chapter 1, 2, and 3 of our story. We need to fix that.
We need to change everything. Got it. Alright, so Valkyrie is now going to be a transvestite, Havel's a woman, and the narrator doesn't exist. Boom. We have fixed and
Disney
saved.
Marvel think you're hired.
Okay.
Honest,
I'll give
hurt my soul a little bit.
I'll give Nosehair that one.
Oh. I have quite a few opinions on current Marvel, as everyone knows. Oh boy. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna fucking what?
Yo, I thought you were gonna rant. I was like, no.
No, I was gonna. I will record my rants.
Yes, you should. And then we can feature your rant. And then we can make a larger podcast that talks about your rant, but at like 5 times the length.
That sounds about right.
And we'll call it Every Frame Another Rant. Original name.
I feel like I should know what this is, but I don't.
There's a exceedingly long podcast called Every Frame a Pause. EFAP, if you will. Where a group of people, most notably known as Rags, the gaming Politico, they do roughly 17-hour live streams where they talk about a single video, but also meander every fucking where. And they reach the end of every dialogue tree that they possibly can think of.
Huh.
But again, these people have very high-paying jobs with low frequency of work, so they can do 17-hour live streams. None of us can do that. But anyway, the things will change. The general premise of this story, which was ill-defined previously, will stay the same, however. In this case, the strange romance between Naruto and Rias. Wait, that was the purpose of the previous story? Fucking, you could have surprised me with that shit. Or what? I do this mainly so you're not stuck reading the exact same story with better writing. Which, I mean, to be fair, we did a little of both with our Dark Souls story. We did a little of both. Enough mindless babbling. Let us get on with this story.
Cool. It's 8:58. I think we can wrap here.
Yeah, I'm just going to accelerate through this, don't worry. So anyway, his improvement is changing from a poorly paced paragraphic style of work to a poorer paced wall of text style of work. Which is a interesting decision, given my opinions on wall of text. And so Rias is staring at the cold hallways. Empty. Which was different because normally she has servants filling them. Maybe that was just a part of being in a devil family. She didn't know. Her mother had said she was going to be heading to the human world, and Rias tagged along, thinking they were going to Japan. It turns out, however, they were not.
They went to America.
It was freezing. It was cold. Rias was cold. Blah, 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 blah. Beacon of guidance, that was her mother. Blah, blah, shush. It's a surprise. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Please come in. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe we should share his mama. Blah, blah, blah. In the distance, a chime sounded through the night, growing ever more awkward as it rang. In the respite, Rias searched the room. In the respite, Rias searched the room. Okay, alright.
That is not a word.
No, those are all English words, just not how you use them. A murder of crows sat there, watching her with their cold blue eyes chirping to one another with dutiful watch. Rias tugged at her mother's dress and was about to point the crows out as the door burst open. A blur of red, white, and black dashed across the room and nearly tackled Verlina to the floor from the chair. A rushed greeting was expressed between the two before the person turned to face Rias. Like the paintings, her skin was pale, her lips, oh so red, pulled into a wide smile, just shy of showing off her fangs. And this must be young Rias. Your mother told me about how beautiful you were becoming, and a part of me thought she was just exaggerating. You know how she can be. The figure gave a small giggle before taking up Rias's hands. The young Grimoire nearly recoiled. She felt so cold, like touching ice on a summer's day. Rias looked to her mother, then back to the person who was rather close now. Well, I mean, she is holding your fucking hand, Rias. That does require a degree of closeness. I mean, physical closeness, not relationship closeness. They're vampire, shock face, blah 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 blah. In a near panic. I guess I never told, she never told you about me, how cruel, blah blah. This is Kushina Uzumaki Camilla.
And we're out.
How is this an improvement?
We don't know. It's not.
You know what? Fuck this. Fuck all of this. Also, my audio crashed. It's still streaming the audio, but it's not sending it to my headset. How
Oh, good job.
weird.
No longer care.
Beep boop beep. The fucking it is okay.
One with 4 people in a diner. Oh, we're back.
That's unfortunate.
Nice.
No, we were just like,
It's-
technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's. Well, it's
I mean,
just
that's
that.
about accurate. It was just a no. Hey, technical difficulties. Fuck.
Thank God.
Tell the little girl you've got locked in your basement.
No. Just no.
Why did you give any amount of thought to that, Sneaky?
Your morals.
You have none.